in a way not so eternally precise. It's just a sample. How many qualities? Yes. Yes. How many qualities does Krishna have?
Unlimited.
Unlimited, thank you. I couldn't trick you even for a second. Yes, correct. Unlimited, this is the correct answer. And there is even some discussion of unlimited and more unlimited. He has the more unlimited version of unlimited. There are different kinds of unlimited. But Rupa Goswami selects 64 as a beautiful sample, and devotees meditate on these qualities always as wonderful qualities to trigger the flow of our rasa. So we have 5 ingredients of rasa. These 5 ingredients are, so the permanent relationship we call how in the Sanskrit?
Sthaiba.
Yes, so it stays. Yes. Then the first ingredient given, and as some devotees say, this is what we do in our sadhana. We try to establish it. You don't see. Okay. How should I share? Should I share? Hare Krishna. I think I can share. What I can share? I can share entire screen. How about I share the entire screen? Hey. So do you see the outline of Vibhava? Yes. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Thank you. So that's from, this is from, but you don't see this, right?
You don't see the camera.
But the camera is also on the side there, right?
Camera is on you and you share.
But there in Zoom they see both the shared screen and
Yes,
the
yes, and small, like a thumb.
Yeah. So this is in front of each wave. Bala Maharaj gives such a nice outline, which in itself is almost like a ready structure for presentation. So, the 5 components of rasa. Okay, how about we say the 5 components of rasa? We break in pairs, and you guys online, you can just speak ahead into muted microphone for now. You turn to your neighbors. You turn there, yes, and I go to another one. And we say the 5 ingredients as quickly as possible without reading. Without reading.
Not possible.
And see who ends first. Okay, go, Hare Krishna. Now, what is our... Which of them would you say is the most famous one? Which? You're saying Vibhava?
Satvika.
Satvika? Say again? Which? Sthai Bhava, yes. I would say that in the Devotee Society, Sthai Bhava. Can you please tell me Sthai Bhava number 3?
What's this?
Anger.
Anger. That's from, okay, that's Gona. From Gona. But from Mukhya, from the main Sthai Bhavas?
Sakya.
Sakya, thank you. Anyway, yes, so at least that we know, the 5 main. Prabhupada puts them even in the introduction to the Gita, main rasas, main relationships with Krishna. So this is Sthai Bhava. But here it's listed at the end, and it will be a nice transition to the next two sides of the ocean, giving us the primary and the secondary modes. And Sattvika is very famous in the sense, I would agree with Jagannath Sut Prabhu, that ecstasy, that's very famous, and Vyabhichari, we don't know what it is normally. Anubhava, not much either. Yes. And Vibhava altogether. That's such a strange thing. Anubhava, we might have heard, especially if you're in India, you might have heard something about Anubhava. Anubhava means, if you know some Indian languages, it will be like experience or something, right? But these are 5 ecstasies, and Vibhava means we establish the riverbed, Korito, yes? Correct? You establish the riverbed for the flow of juice. Rasa means juice, right?
Struga is another word.
Struga is better, yes, because in Ukrainian Korito means
Also, four sides.
okay. I will not even say what it is. Yeah, so we established the riverbed to get the taste flowing properly, right? So, of course, we want the taste flow where?
To Krishna.
Okay, the mother wants the taste to flow to Krishna. This is called devotional service, bhakti. He wants the taste to flow to Krishna. As a very young devotee, I want the taste to flow to me. And that's the normal material life. I put myself as Vishaya. Vishaya, the object of love. Whereas in this basis of alambana is basis, so we translate this as a riverbed, struga. Yeah? And we want to change from being trying to be a Vishaya, pretending to be a Vishaya, we try to become an Ashraya, the vessel, the cup, the container of this taste to give to Krishna. Of course, we will see later, Rupa Goswami, as somebody asked, also he will know that it can flow both ways. So when Krishna tries to do something for his devotees, it does flow to devotees. But there are some places where you have 2 flows simultaneously. Anybody knows about such places? I know Bosphorus. I know the Bosphorus. This is the strait between the Marmara, the Marble Sea and the Black Sea. So on top, I think it flows from the black into the marble, and underneath it goes the other way around. So it goes I think Gulf Stream also goes 2 ways. One goes that way, and underneath it goes the other way. Because you need some balance, so there will be an exchange. So here, in fact, we can't match Krishna in giving love. Impossible.
I think there's also in Loshin this Privilaka passage when there's the tide goes one way.
Loshin? In the island here?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yes? Okay. Yeah, everybody knows the riptide, when you have waves coming to the shore, but there will be usually some spot where it flows out. This is the danger spot, and you better don't try to fight it. It carries you quickly out into the ocean, into the sea. So better not to fight, but just go parallel to the sea to cross out, and then you can swim back. Yeah. So in sadhana, we are trying to put Krishna as the object and ourselves as the giver of devotional service, and that's the whole idea of everything we do. Whatever we do, chant, japa, and come to the temple, offer lamps, everything. And to stimulate the flow, like sometimes something doesn't flow nicely, you have to stimulate or light it up. So these are, there are many uddipanas or stimulants to get it flowing. And of course, one of the most famous stimulants, given and one of the biggest parts of the book, which usually is passed very quickly and almost skipped, is this list of the qualities. But we are not skipping. We did have a course where we did go very quickly. This time we go slowly to trigger the flow in the right direction. Okay, some comments so far? Comments, questions?
I want to find this, but
Trying to find this. Let's hear.
get some.
I can send it. Yeah, I can send it. Plus, I think our bookshop has it. Okay. Now, this here is it? So, 33, Krishna is respectful. There are places where he, I said manada. There is a place where he's called manada, but this particular one is called manyamana krit, one who gives respect. And a person who shows adequate respect to a spiritual master, a brahmana, and an old person is to be understood as being respectful. So here, this is a beautiful PowerPoint presentation of the beautiful PowerPoint presentations, very artistically prepared by Urmila Mataji for the VHE course, which she is just about now completing, and she very generously always shares her PowerPoints, even though she hasn't completed yet. So this is from her PowerPoints. Okay, so here you see Krishna is washing the feet of Sudama. Yes, a very famous story, very nice story. And then Krishna sent Sudama home without giving him anything. Why?
To pay.
That's a good question. No, he could have given him a credit card or something. It's not there. For a little jewel. Anybody remembers why? He didn't give him anything? Who? Ananta Prabhu may remember why Krishna didn't give anything to Sudama.
No, I forgot to ask.
You didn't want
He didn't ask, but Krishna knows. He didn't want to.
To him to be embarrassed and give it back or something.
No. Krishna was that's one thing. Krishna was embarrassed. Because he thought, I can't give equal. Because Sudama gave more than he had. Everything, so I can't give more than I have. How is it possible to give more than I have? So he was embarrassed. So he gave in the night. So when nobody could see. Or you can see where it's coming from a mute. That it must be somewhere. Dober tek.
Oh, no.
Very good. Yes, so he was embarrassed one, but also he didn't give anything to Sudama out of respect. Because he said, Vishnachakarya or Jiva Goswami says that he saw how impressed everybody is in the palace, that Sudama is so skinny, so detached. And then Krishna thought, if he goes back with packs of gifts, then everybody will say, okay. So he was doing this austerity just until he gets some rewards from Krishna. So, okay. So they would not be so surprised and admiring of Sudama's good qualities. So therefore Krishna gave nothing. So therefore when Sudama set out, then they look, he's carrying nothing. He came empty-handed and He brought a gift and he goes without taking anything. Wow, this Sudama is really detached. So Krishna even that did out of respect for Sudama's quality. Anyway, this is a beautiful story and of course everybody loves to meditate why Krishna gave him the palaces. You all know. What was one last weakness of Sudama?
Pride.
Oh, because of pride?
Poverty.
Detachment.
Pride of his detachment.
Yes, yes. Therefore, the last thing he removed was he removed his attachment to detachment. So we all oh, I also should probably that's my problem. I'm probably too attached to detachment. I probably should also become detached from detachment. Anyway, if you don't know, then probably it's only me who has this sneaky, devious thought. Okay, so then 34, gentle. Any person who neither becomes impudent nor exhibits a puffed up nature. Hare Krishna. So we have there an example of Krishna quickly offering obeisances to Yudhishthira first, as to the senior. This is another example here on the so gentle, 34. Dakshina. Dakshina, so that also means pliant, compliant, accommodating. Gentle. A liberal, Hare Krishna. One who by natural behavior is very mild is called liberal. And there is a statement Goranga. After the Syamantaka jewel plundering, Uddhava's statement confirms that Krishna is so kind and favorable that if a servitor is accused even of great offense, this is the famous one, okay. Krishna does not take this into consideration. He simply considers the service that is rendered by this. It's a very famous verse. It's a very beautiful verse. It's also in Yasya pasiti guruna pinaparadham sevam managapi kritam kushadhyupaiti avishkaroti pishune shadinabhya suyam silena nirmalamati purushottamoyam. That Krishna doesn't look even at gurun aparadhan, at very grave, heavy offenses of his servants. And even a small service, sevam managapi kritam bahudha, he thinks very big and important. He magnifies your service, the smallest. And if somebody hates him, or is Pishuna is critical, then Krishna is not hostile to him back. So therefore, we should think about the character of our Lord. So that's liberal, as Prabhupada translates very sweetly. Okay? Then shy. A person who sometimes exhibits humility and bashfulness is called shy. This is Hriman. It's one of the qualities of a Brahmana, one of the qualities of an advanced devotee, so being shy. So So Krishna became shy when he saw Balaram smiling when he was lifting Govardhan. Because he thought, oh, he understood, I've seen the gopi's breasts. And he felt shy. So that's from Lalita Madhava. So please keep in mind, Srila Prabhupada is giving this in 1968, one of the very first books he gave. Actually, the very first book, I guess, as ISKCON. TLC was done before he incorporated, right? And Bhagavatam before. So in her lectures, Rumila Mataji said, because he wanted to present Krishna consciousness in such a way that we can see Krishna's pastimes and qualities, and the very next one was Krishna book, the 10th canto. So that we know who is this Krishna, to whom we are supposed to be developing our devotion, who is the object of our love. Even so, to become captivated by Krishna. Okay, the next one is certainly something that we all like. 37, protector of surrendered souls. So even enemies, some enemy of Krishna's was enlivened with the thought that he needn't fear Krishna. Because at any moment, if he simply surrendered unto him, Krishna would give him all protection. So he can safely attack. Then as soon as he surrenders, it's all peaceful. Hare Krishna. .38. Okay. Must be God. Happy. One who is always joyful and untouched by any distress. So, somebody asked, how can Krishna be happy when there is so much suffering in this world? Maybe God should be miserable.
He is.
He is?
And at the same time, he's happy.
Okay. Which quality is that? We just covered.
Compassion.
Compassion. Compassion means that one cannot tolerate suffering of others. Yes. But he doesn't catch you and force you to, hey, you be happy, come here, eat. You know that even a hungry cat, if you catch and pull to the feeding bowl, it will like try to go, no. We don't like any, yes, we don't like any force. So therefore, what does he do? Just look, so many books are there. He's sending all the books to, sending devotees, he's trying to attract us. Okay, but Radha Govinda Maharaj was dismayed, disgusted by this question, because he said, come on, at least somebody should be happy. Why do you want that nobody be happy? If you're not happy, then nobody should be happy. That somebody should be happy. Otherwise, what's the hope for it? So that's Krishna. I think we can see it. I don't know what's this. Where is this? Oops, picture. This looks like the emerald pillar. Okay. I like this illustration here. That Krishna is a well-wisher of his devotees. Obviously, right? Although it does look a little too raw food, but no?
I'm sure in the black, under the shadow, there is more.
But this also is an illustration, like for example, this raspberry here, you see?
Oh.
I mean, why would he go through so much trouble to create?
Papaya.
Or even the bananas, you know, he shrink wraps each fruit into a very nice cover.
Biodegradable.
Biodegradable, very hygienic. Yes? And he puts it all.
And some animals can eat it.
And yes, yes. So Krishna is very kind and he is the well-wisher of all the living entities. Bhakta Suhrit. Simple. And then controlled by love. Prema Vashya. So this month, especially Kartik, we are celebrating this fact that Krishna allows himself to be bound by Mother Yashoda. You can see he is afraid of Mother Yashoda. We have Vurijan Prabhu was saying he went to this one, yes, or he went to the Sistine Chapel in Rome, in Vatican, and he saw some saint getting the darshan of God, and the God is effulgent and powerful, and the saint is like this. Scared and impressed and overpowered by God. And Vurijan Prabhu said that the only thing I could remember was this picture. But in our picture, it's God.
God is
is reacting like this to the top saint. So here it's the other way around. This is, and he's not pretending. Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur says he's not playing a role. He's not pretending he's scared. He's actually scared. Otherwise, there would be no rasa if he wasn't scared. Hare Krishna. So he's controlled by love because Mother Yashoda had so much love. Therefore, he was totally controlled. Okay, so maybe. Which shall I? So can I ask you to turn to your friends and neighbors, and online, how do we do? We can yes, maybe you can break out into, we have 2 rooms, maybe you can make 2 rooms? Yeah. We have what, 9? And 8? Okay. Or you can just, yes, even 1 room is fine. They can go all together.
1 room?
Yes. And I will ask you to go through this list. You had the homework for already several days to find which of these qualities attracts you most in some of your friends, in Krishna, in some hero, and in your own life, let's say, as a value. That's what I'm for. So can you please turn to your neighbor or neighbors and mention of these qualities? We have almost gone through all of them. And can you please share which of Krishna's qualities attracts you and why? What do you like about Krishna's this quality of Krishna? Is it clear? I will maybe make it more. Really?
Tisti, ki so ti najbolj všeč. Zakaj? Ja, kar sem jaz rekel, kjer so ti všeč, da bi imel tvoj prijatelj, recimo, ali pa...
Jaz to sem vse še posebej.
Jaz sem to možno zdaj izbrati, kjer.
Svet po črtu.
Ja.
Svet po črtu.
Super.
Ja, почнете речи, след това се
Tudi zaščitni bak, nekaj banka vrtela, ne? Banka vrtela su mi bolesti. Banka vrtela su mi bolesti, zelenih ne bolesti.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So please do not stop discussing Krishna's qualities. This is.
Why did you stop us then?
Because we will discuss them in a slightly different way. So this is the best discussion for any time. Krishna's qualities are transcendental. They can attract even liberated Atmaramas. So, did you have some qualities that were common in your pair or your group? Or who had all different qualities? I think we had all different, right? Did you have some qualities in common that you like in Krishna, or you like different qualities in your discussion?
We like everything.
So hard to choose.
So, as you remember, in 10:14, 7, we hear that in his infinite qualities, he has one unique quality for each jiva that only you like the most. And only you understand completely.
Wow.
There's so many.
I don't know, you know.
I remember you told that, but
So that's,
There are so many jivas.
yes, yes. So that's why he needs each one of you. Because without you, he can't have some
fulfillment of this
It can be appreciated.
quality.
can be appreciated, cannot be fully understood in that quality. So, very, very kindly, Krishna has one quality.
This is also our relation is connected.
Okay, so I will therefore request you to meditate in your next japa or next kirtan. Maybe you will have Damodarashtaka tonight, so you can remember which quality is glorified in Damodarashtaka.
Fear.
Serving to love.
Controlled by love, Premavasya, controlled by love, yes. Come on, we just discussed this. Yes, controlled by love. This is quality number 40. Yes. There are several that only he is manifesting, but you can, okay, so you can try to bring out of Damodarashtaka as many qualities as you can. So how many of these 64 qualities you can find in Damodarashtaka? So this will be our homework. Make this as a homework. Find as many qualities of Krishna as possible in the Damodarashtaka. Okay? So we have just listed Premavasya, controlled by love, but there are many more. Like, for example, he liberates even enemies, what to speak about trees, or that he's well-wisher of his devotees, he's a protector of surrendered souls. And during japa, during everything else we do, this is an important meditation. To help us build a proper riverbed so that our love flows to Krishna. Okay, so this was 40. Then 41, all auspicious. All auspicious. Very important. Sarva Shubhankara. Shubha. So all blessings, all good fortune flow from him. I told you that some weeks ago I was on a call with my friend, and he was supposed to continue with his work on his job, and I said, wish you inspiration, energy, and whatever else I wished. And he said, better wish me luck. He's a programmer. Recently I gave him another quote from Napoleon. So Napoleon is saying that, I know that this officer is brave, intelligent, and highly skilled. But is he lucky? So good luck is something that is quite helpful in our both ordinary life and our extraordinary life. So Krishna is the source of all auspiciousness. All auspiciousness is coming from Krishna.
Renata has some question.
Let me see. Yes, go ahead, Renata Manaji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
I wanted to ask for this control by love. It was on the screen, and also it is in nod, the first sentence. Krishna becomes obliged to the loving spirit of the devotee and not exactly to the service rendered. So in the beginning,
Yes.
and for some, this beginning lasts quite a while. We don't have much of a loving spirit. We are just rendering service for various reasons. So what is our relationship with Krishna then, until we finally start to try to develop the loving spirit? How does Krishna, does he acknowledge us? Does he notice us at all? Yes, we are doing what we are told, or what we have chosen to do for him, but not exactly out of love or desire to please him, but we have all kind of weird ideas.
What do you think? Yes. Any support to this opinion? Any verse? But that's the problem, that in the beginning we have no love. Like, I just...
But it is a goal to service and to who give you this service.
Okay, so this is one thing. You have at least accepted Krishna's system. You have accepted guru, devotees, instructions, right? Yeah. So Krishna is very helpful. Like just a few days ago we read that there is one quality of Krishna where, which quality fits here? That from the very beginning could be, who remembers?
Grateful.
Grateful, yes, thank you. The Draupadi said just once, Govinda, and Prabhupada says, how much more Krishna will be grateful if you chant Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. So just taking his blessings, taking his gifts, Krishna is already appreciating. So these are all manifestations of loving spirit. There was one disciple of Srila Prabhupada who said, Prabhupada, I have no love for you. All these devotees, they are crying. And I don't. Huh? You know the story, yes? And then Prabhupada said, do you feel pain when you serve me? Or, no. That's okay, that's enough. Does it pain you to do the service? Okay, so this is one manifestation, but otherwise this loving spirit in Sanskrit, what would you call this loving spirit?
Bhakti.
Do you know? Another synonym? It's something that's in the very beginning of the Nectar of Devotion, but it's very difficult to translate with one word.
Anukulyena.
Anukulyena, exactly. So Prabhupada puts it everywhere. And he says that this is the only thing that actually pleases Krishna. And it's not much. It's not really, it's because when it's fully blossomed, then this is obviously love, right? Or at least, bhava or something. But even from the level of Shraddha or Bhajana Kriya, when you begin to practice, it means that you are completely fine with the idea that Krishna will enjoy it. Right? So that's Anukulyena. And this is important. And that already pleases Krishna. That's why devotees, I think it was Akrura, he said, that's why devotees are non-envious. Because they agree, okay, let him enjoy. Let Krishna enjoy. Otherwise, normally we feel, oh, why should he enjoy it? Whatever, whoever it is. Doesn't matter how correlate. But when devotees try to serve Krishna, we accept, okay, he's enjoying, and that's okay, let him enjoy. So we are not envious too. We have no envy of Krishna. And this is, if you take this as this Anukulyena, it's important to find that it's not that complicated, it's not full love on the level of bhava, it's just, so usually I try to translate this as the intention, your intention that you want to make Krishna a little happier. And our task is to find things, and it's not that difficult because Krishna, we have Rupa Goswami listing, this makes Krishna happy, this makes Krishna happy, this makes Krishna happy. So when we do, with the intention, okay, he says it makes you happy, okay, I decided I want to make you happy, okay. Although usually as soon as you decide, it makes you happy, makes Krishna happy, and therefore you also become happy. You just have to, because it's sadhana, practice means we have to remind ourselves as frequently as possible. Is it okay?
Yeah, thank you. Perfect.
Good. Okay, all auspicious, Sarva Subhankara, he also does all different auspicious things. Then most powerful, Pratapi, Hare Krishna, he overpowers everybody in the universe. It's a far out picture of Parashuram with a really nice axe. Manaji has found, yes, okay. So it's also a tongue-in-cheek definition, one who always puts his enemies into calamities. He has the power to make them miserable. He gives them a chance. Okay, all famous. And the reason is given due to his spotless character. Hare Krishna. This is really nice. Spotless character. Then Krishna's fame. So some descriptions of Krishna's fame are given. This is Kirtiman. Kirtiman. Krishna is famous, glorious. That Balaram's white dhoti became, where? No, blue dhoti became white, okay. Yamuna turned into milk. And darkness turns into light. Haribo! So, Krishna's fame. When you can just say, Krishna ki! Do you feel the darkness in our hearts becoming lighter? Okay, so we have to do it a few more times, maybe. All right, popular. Any person who is very dear to people in general is called a popular man. So this is Raktaloka. Raktaloka. He attracts. Attractive. He's attractive to everybody. So we have Krishna in the Kamsa's wrestling and fighting championship arena, where all the 12 rasas, he was in the center. For all the 12 rasas, everybody was focused on Krishna. So he was attractive to everybody. And everybody was saying, Joy, joy, means victory, victory. How do we say this in Slovenian?
Zmaga.
Premaga.
Zmaga.
Zmaga. Zmaga, zmaga. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Zmaga.
Ki. Zmaga. Victory, victory. Okay. Questions on it? You're here. Krishna must be attractive.
I have a question.
Yes.
Were these guys behind if these Chandra and Mushika were the final opponents?
Why they are behind?
Yeah, who are they? If they
Backup guys.
Yeah, they're the backup guys, yes. Shala to Shala, they already
killed everyone, didn't they?
This is just the beginning. That's the first round. Yeah, it's a good picture. You can see they are not very happy. Okay, so he is popular. Then, so how did the wrestlers in Kamsa's arena see Krishna? As
Death.
no? That's Kamsa. That's fear.
For a wrestler. As Thunderbolt.
As Thunderbolt, yes.
Wow.
So, huh?
I don't know why sometimes it says hard as a thunderbolt. Like,
Yeah, if it hits, it's hard. Okay, then partiality to devotees. This is a very nice. Sadhu samashraya. So sadhu, to all the good people, to spiritual practitioners, but primarily, of course, this means devotees. Okay, so Krishna takes your side. Krishna is on your side and he takes your side, fortunately. And this was still 45, so that means this is still to some degree shared by the living entities. 46, very attractive to all women.
So one question regarding the fellow devotees, how the Krishna sees other practitioners or other faiths worship also Allah.
You may know this famous quote by Bhakti Akademija-Nektar where he says, you're all worshipping my God, but in your way. And Buddha, as far as I understand, he has his own Vaikuntha. Allah and, I don't know, Christ. I've heard that Prabhupada said that there are, on these Muni Lokas, they will meet Jesus, they will meet Muhammad, and they will be trained up for the final. Although you can see that some of them, I'm not as familiar with, okay, maybe Sufis, mystics. But at least in Christianity, there is a book by Evelyn Underhill. So she describes, she gives many quotes of Christian prayers, which are 100% in the mood of pure devotion. Very clear. Neither material benefit nor liberation they want. Not even liberation. No spiritual gifts. So with such a pure attitude, if there are saints like this. So if they are in that pure attitude, they can go to Vaikuntha. They may need some other special planet, or it depends, because some also speak about marriage to God, and there are. So no problem. Krishna. I remember when I read Brihad Bhagavatamrita, I was shocked how Gop Kumar had to listen some bad philosophical conclusions from some Vaikuntavasis. They were in Vaikuntha. So I thought, who let them in? Who was marking their tests? But then I realized that Krishna is not so finicky about the specific. He just says, okay, he's a good guy, let him in. let him be there.
He was sleeping at the Bhagavatam class, but
He is not so orthodox about specific expressions. He's very liberal. Liberal, generous, broad-minded. Of course, to go to some this is why Vrindavan is very difficult, because to go somewhere you have to want to go there. This is why especially Krishna Bhakta will frequently refuse offers of Vaikuntha, because he will prefer to keep developing his taste and qualifications for Krishna. Otherwise, some Vaikuntha would be easier. Okay?
It's a nice picture.
Yes. Okay. Very attractive to all women.
Like a magnet.
So that, I think, is pretty understandable. So we have a quote, yeah, like a magnet. He was like a magnet, and all the damsels of Raja are just like iron. So they always follow Krishna. Okay, all worshipable. Sarva Aradhya. So you can see that Balaram worships him, and other Vishnu forms worship him. All opulent. So his opulences, if you ask somebody, what are your opulences? You can say, okay, I have a video player from 1997, and plastic box with records from that year, and a collection of this, and I have 1 gold coin and so many euros in the bank account. But what are Krishna's opulences? Krishna's opulences are all fame, all strength, all beauty, all knowledge, all renunciation, everything. So he's really opulent.
Sorry.
Yes.
So this is true that he is most powerful, and now he has all power. He has all power, and at the same time he is most powerful. Is this?
Yeah, there will be slightly different shades of meaning. So this all opulent. So you can see one of the illustrations that he has more like about 1 million golden palaces in Dwaraka, which he created overnight. So that's very tangible manifestation of Krishna's opulence, right? But at the same time, he was detached. Also, he has all knowledge. So there are slightly different aspects of all the opulences. But as one of my friends says, Krishna is not poor. So therefore, we want to offer him the best.
Prabhupada mentioned a few times in the books also hell. So Krishna also have hell.
Yeah.
And which planet is like a lower planets?
At the bottom, yes.
And this is also in Bhagavad Gita about this?
Yes, yeah, it's mentioned, yeah. But we have enough hell also here on earth. It's not something, how to say, you have to imagine. And they also often hide it in some cellar, like, these people who torture, they hide it in a cellar somewhere, right? It's very, very hellish. So it's you know, you don't have to imagine it exists here, not on other, even on this planet it exists, but it's not eternal. It doesn't mean that anybody will go there forever. Okay, so this is what usually everybody likes. All honorable, all honorable. This is Variyan. Okay, so this is a very nice quote from Srila Prabhupada's chief among all important persons. So the doorkeeper in Krishna's palace, he says, my dear Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, please sit down on the bench and wait. My dear Indra, please desist from reading your prayers. This is creating a disturbance. Please wait silently. My dear Varuna, god of all waters, please go away. He will not have time for you today. Hare Krishna. It sounds quite funny. You have to be really special and powerful. All right, and the last one that is shared with the Jivas, the Supreme Controller, Hare Krishna. Congratulations. Of course, Krishna is the ocean and we may have just a drop. So he is independent, he is the controller of everybody. He can do anything. He can even follow his own rules. He's so powerful. And independent. He can reconcile all contradictions, all paradoxes. Okay, so that concludes the 50 qualities that are common to Jivas and Krishna. So Lord Brahma may have them. Then the next 5 are manifested by. So these are some additional qualities that are listed in Canto 1. And then these are qualities that are shared also by Shiva.
So Jivas can't have this.
We don't usually say this, but in the book it says that the associates of Krishna can have 55. And also, our Shiva is an expansion of Vishnu. Sometimes, one very rare Jiva that has that's 100 times more qualified than Lord Brahma can be Shiva. So it's rarely, but yes, like changeless. So Krishna's associates are changeless in the spiritual world.
Such a far out concept. Sometimes in a very rare universe, yes, out of the thousands and millions.
So be careful. All cognizant, so you can see, one who can understand the feelings of all persons and incidents in all places at all times. This is, by the way, mentioned in the Yoga Sutra by Patanjali, that Krishna or Ishvara is different from even a perfect yogi, in the sense that even if a perfect yogi is omniscient, you are omniscient within the limits of one universe, maximum. But Krishna is omniscient everywhere. So even by omniscience, even if you are actually perfect in your omniscience, you can never equal Krishna's all cognizance, as it's called here. Okay, so there also is a very important quality. I find it's nice. This is from Prabhupada's Nectar of Devotion. Feelings. So he has empathy, the supreme empathy. He knows your feelings, not your words, not your thoughts, but feelings. Maybe Krishna Maharaj can put it. I mean, it's there in his book. I don't know. How's it called?
Empathic communication.
Okay, ever fresh, ever fresh.
Oh no.
Nava Yoga Yoga. Very nicely here, Srila Prabhupada says, not only Krishna, but also Krishna's knowledge is ever fresh. It's 5,000 years and we still study Bhagavad Gita and people are still impressed by the Bhagavad Gita, ever fresh. And what's more, we read Bhagavad Gita for, 50 times and it's still impressive. It's still fresh. Hopefully.
Krishna.
Free. Yes. Okay, so one other example here, how is here the goddesses of fortune. Who, again, good luck, right, in this material world. You want to always have good luck? Good luck.
Thank you.
But, so in the material world, there's no hope. But Krishna is sought by thousands of the goddesses of fortune. Okay, so that's 53. Then Satchid Ananda Vigraha. So you can see also how it's shared by some special. It's also, you can see Prabhupada defines Sat as ever existing for all times and in all places. So if you want to understand spirit, first understand how something can be all-pervading, or for something for an entity for whom there is no limitation of space or room. Okay, and all mystic perfections. So what does this picture?
Yashoda looking at Krishna's mouth.
Krishna is looking into Krishna's mouth, and what does she see? Herself looking into Krishna's mouth and seeing herself looking into Krishna's mouth. It's a self-referential, ever-recurring equation. Okay, and then 5 that are only shared with Narayana. So this is Achintya Shakti, inconceivable potencies. So Prabhupada often says that there's no point saying you believe in God if you do not believe that He has inconceivable potencies. What does it mean that He has inconceivable potencies? Недоумливе. Ничем, нет?
Yeah.
Недоумливе. Невероятно. Many that we do not believe, but this we just cannot even imagine. So if you think that you're hopeless, you are doubting Krishna's Achintya Shakti. You think or say or declare that, yeah, Krishna is powerful, yeah, maybe, he is quite powerful, yes, but my bad qualities are more powerful. My dirt is dirty even to him. He can't, it's impossible. He cannot change me or purify me. Hare. What example of Krishna's inconceivable potencies do you know that you could offer as an illustration?
How people can take a book.
How people can take a book. Yes, it's very amazing. Yes, true. Many amazing stories. And sometimes Krishna will send a dream to the person, or you will say something that exactly matches what the person was looking for, or one story, some devotee stopped a person in New York and offered the book. He read one line and gave the book back. And then, after a few weeks in London, another devotee approached and said the exact line that he read in New York, and he was so surprised. Wow, this is the exact line that I read in that book. Okay, let me check them out. This must be. Some other examples from Shastra, from where Krishna manifests his amazing.
Standing in covered boys.
Covered boys. Yes.
Lifting Govardhan Hill.
Lifting Govardhan Hill. Lifting Govardhan Hill itself may be not as impossible as lifting Govardhan Hill.
The left pinky.
The left pinky in the form of a little boy. That's puzzled. Because usually to do some big things, these powerful living entities, they expand. But he didn't even have to expand. Someone online has an example of Krishna's inconceivable potencies?
Shakatasura.
Doing what? Killing who?
Killing Shakatasura as a small boy.
Shakatasura, yes. The power of his little feet, yes. Yes. So the Nectar of Devotion says the example of Krishna bringing back the dead son of his teacher.
Is that Madhumangal?
Can you say it again, please?
That son of a teacher, is that Madhumangal?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
There is Madhumangal, who is the son of Sandipani Muni, but it's not mentioned. And then also it would not be clear, why does the teacher have to ask Krishna to bring him back? So I don't know. Okay, so Krishna is inconceivable. One inconceivable potency that is explained by Vishnachakravati Thakur is that Krishna can be simultaneously totally bewildered by the Leela, absorbed, and all cognizant, hearing everybody's prayers all over all the universes. At the same time. Another inconceivable thing, so devotees still don't believe, many senior devotees, all devotees don't believe that, okay, maybe Krishna delegates listening to the prayers to some Narayan form, some less important Narayan number 3475. Let him hear to these prayers. Somebody was joking that spam is God's revenge.
Spam? Oh.
We are spamming him with our prayers. He says, okay, just wait and see. Send you. Okay, so inconceivable potencies. He can, no worries. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that no, the same Krishna in Vrindavan, if you turn to him, he will hear your prayers. We have some examples here. And then...
It is inconceivable how Krishna can respect our free will and at the same time make his plans come true.
Yeah. He can incorporate... He can incorporate our foolishness into his wisdom. That's expertise.
Well said.
Okay, now this one should stump any candidate to be God. Krishna's body generates innumerable universes. Hare Krishna.
Why not?
Yeah. Try to generate one temple, fully equipped and well running, or one community, what to speak about the universe. Okay, then Krishna is the source of all incarnations, so that's famous picture of 10 avatars, but 10 avatars is from the Padma Purana. We have 23 in the first canto, different lists of more avatars. Some think that Vishnu is the source of all the avatars, but it's not crucial. Brahma, in Brahma Samhita, says that Krishna is the source of all, because he has some qualities that no other have. Okay, so here, this is, Krishna gives salvation to the enemies that he kills. So that is the quality that he's supposed to share also with who?
Arjuna.
Who? Narayan, yes, Narayan. But Narayan or Vishnu, when he kills, he has to, the demon has to accept that Krishna is God. Whereas Krishna can liberate everybody, no matter what. So that's one unique quality of Krishna only.
Some examples.
Pardon?
Give us some example for this.
All the people in the Kurukshetra, those who have accepted...
No, these Vishnu kills.
Yeah, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Or Kumbhaka.
Kalanemi.
Kalanemi, yes.
But
they had to take birth again.
Hiranyakashipu didn't have faith to Krishna.
Yes.
He has?
No. That's why. So when other avatars, when they kill, so if the demon accepts that...
Then Krishna is.
Yes, then he gets liberation. Even though he was a demon the whole life. But Krishna can give liberation to a demon even if he doesn't accept.
This I understand.
Yes, yes. Yes. So?
But what happened with Hiranyakashipu after that?
He took birth as Ravana.
Ravana prayed for his father.
Yeah, so he wasn't punished. The idea was he wasn't punished, and he got a chance, and then as Shishupal he went back to...
Few times.
Yes.
Penalty.
And number 60, he attracts even the liberated souls. So Shukadev Goswami speaks the Bhagavatam, the four Kumaras become great Gopi worshippers. So what's the homework?
To find Krishna's quality in the Mattarashtaka.
Ashtaka and?
Japa.
Japa, yes. In Japa, meditate on some. Okay. Okay, we have two hands up. Nada, can you?
I want to ask about these 10 avatars. I don't remember if you told me that, but I forgot. This list from Padma Purana. Why exactly those 10 and not some others?
Why exactly those 10? It's not mentioned. It's mentioned that it was a curse of Bhrigu, and so Krishna accepted this curse of Bhrigu to be born 10 times in the material world, exactly 10 times, because that was the curse, to be born 10 times. Because I couldn't find any other place where it mentions exactly 10. Every other place, there's no other list of 10. Only recently in the Padma Purana I found 10. Okay? Okay, Brahmatarangini Mataji, please unmute yourself.
Sorry. Prabhu, I just wanted to ask the reference for what you were saying, that when Narayan kills the demon, gets liberation only when he accepts that he's the Supreme. Like, where is it said that?
This is in Krishna Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami, where he describes, plus this is 109048, the 5 unique qualities of Krishna. So it's listed as 5 unique qualities of Krishna. Okay? I can put some quotes also in the WhatsApp group. You are on that WhatsApp group? You are in this?
Yes.
I can put some of those quotes there. Okay, so happy Damodarashtaka, happy Damodar month. Our heavy vrata of not eating sugar dal and singing. And singing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Vanchakalpatarudascha, Kripasindhudevcha. Vicky.